Hi, I'm Bob Vila. Welcome home again. We're almost finished around here, and today we're going to be giving you a look at a lot of the detailing. Rag painting down in the family room. We'll go up to the second floor and look at a practically completed rental unit. And then we'll be in our kitchen here on the first floor looking at the vinyl flooring, doing an extra detail, and taking you to Marcus Hook, Pennsylvania, where they manufacture vinyl flooring. When we come back here, we'll be painting with high-gloss paints in the bathroom. So stay with me. It's good to have you home again.
Sears presents Home Again with Bob Vila.
Okay, well, most of the work's complete down here, and we're really putting in details. Ron's already installed a solid oak newel post here and a rail on the way down to the family room, and this is unusual.
Yeah, this is 1/8-inch stainless steel cable, Bob, the type that you would use on a sailboat.
On a sailboat, yeah.
Has a clevis on either end and a turnbuckle in the middle.
The clevis is just a fastening device.
Right, and all we do is take this clevis pin, put it right through the clevis, like this.
Snaps it.
It snaps right in, sometimes.
There you go.
There we go.
And then just tighten the turnbuckle.
And then you just tighten this turnbuckle.
Now you can only get this if you go to a marine supply
Right,
house.
That's where I got it, right here in
or
Chicago.
a sailmaker. Yeah, what'd you pay for these?
This was about $100.
I was going to say, they're not cheap. It's all stainless. But it's a real nice detail. And you would spend that much putting in balusters and painting them and, you know, spindles or whatever. Looks good. Is this our architect's idea?
Yep.
And it meets code?
Meets code.
It looks good. Okay, see you in a bit.
Bye, Bob.
Oh, hey, Christine, that looks pretty good.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
That's a pretty spectacular color.
Thanks. Yes, it's pretty bold.
It is bold, yeah. Now, this is a technique called ragging, right?
Ragging, correct.
Tell me all about it.
Well, it's one of many painting techniques. It's actually one of the easier ones to do. And it creates a very nice effect. And you achieve this by mixing paint thinner with glazing liquid. And you add your pigment, you add your color, lastly to the paint. It's sort of like a recipe that you add and you play with for a while till you get the right consistency.
You couldn't do it just thinning oil-based paints down with some thinners.
No, you couldn't.
You got to add that glazing compound.
Right, right.
What does that do, the glazing compound?
The glazing compound just helps thicken it up, and it helps cut the paint thinner so you're not adding too much color, because this is a very translucent look. And you can kind of see here that I take my rag like this, I kind of scrunch it and just dab around, right. And it removes the paint from beneath, and it has a really nice luminous look.
And that's all there is to it?
That's all there is to it.
You don't have to come back over this after it's dried and put on any kind of a sealer?
You can if you'd like. You don't need to, though.
If you wanted to give it more depth?
It's nice to preserve it. That's really what the sealer would be all about.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a pretty fascinating family room that you're doing for us. But you're going to be back next week with all sorts of design ideas, right?
That's right. I'll be working on a lot of things this week. You'll see all kinds of furnishings and rugs and all kinds of accessories.
Good. Yeah, lots of furniture moving in. Good. I can't wait. Right. I'll let you finish that, though, because it looks like a little bit of a complex job. And I want to go upstairs and show everybody the second floor. See you later.
See you.
Well, up here we didn't really make that many changes. We did everything with a budget, but we wanted to keep this, you know, low-cost part of the renovation. We did change the function of the staircase. The door to the apartment is that one down there, so that now you kind of gain all this staircase space for the apartment itself. We removed the old entry door and the wall that was here, so that the volume is enormous now. It's 25 feet across, 34 feet from front to back. Dining, living area. And of course, this wonderful original window, which is 7 by 7 and is full of easterly light. All year round it's going to be bright in here. This room, you know, it's what they call these little Chicago flat bedrooms, is only about 7 by 7. It'd make a nice little study. And we just brightened it up with white paint and some new carpeting. And then overhead, we've got this spectacular round ductwork, big pipe that goes from front to back of the apartment. You know, originally the apartment only had a space heater, and now we've got a furnace and a more comfortable setup. This is the biggest of the bedrooms. It's about 9 by 9, big window overlooking a brick wall. But of course, because we painted it white, brightened it up, it works. Now let's take a look in the bathroom, which again is in the same location. We salvaged some of what was here. This is a nice little lavatory. We just put new pipes to it. We needed a new toilet, so we got a water-saving toilet. That's a nice feature. Of course, we have brand new flooring put in here, vinyl flooring. We kept the tub that was here, simply framed around it, covered it with ceramic tiles, and then had the inside of the tub, which is a nice deep soaker, re-porcelainized, so that you've got a very, very nice tub. And of course, you got a new shower and a shower curtain support. And this is where you want to, make sure you spend enough. This one's about $80 or $90, so that you don't have to worry about the thing collapsing. In the hall, we still have the original pantries that were here, so that you've got plenty of storage. We've got a third bedroom off of the kitchen. And the kitchen itself, we didn't change much. Again, we cleaned everything up, got rid of broken down plaster and appliance and so forth. Didn't change the locations of the service. We still have a gas where it originally was located, brand new gas stove. We have water in the same location, brand new cabinets, brand new stainless steel sink. We'll put a disposer there. We've got a new dishwasher about to be installed. All in all, and a little refrigerator, which is the right apartment-sized refrigerator. But all in all, we've spent just about $1,000 on new kitchen appliances, about $1,500 on new kitchen cabinets and counters, and another few $100s on the flooring. Now, this flooring is really special stuff. It's hard wearing, and in the kitchen downstairs, we're doing a very special installation with some inlays. We're going to show you how that's done in a minute, but first, some messages. Now, the vinyl flooring that we've put in the kitchen here is a very nondescript pattern, but what we've done that's interesting is to inlay these squares over the darker material. And Ed Janicek is going to show us how it's done. Hi, Ed.
Bob. How are you?
How do you do it?
What we've done is we've taken and laid our insert on top of the floor underneath, and what we'll do is we'll double cut it in to get a nice net tight fit at the seams.
It looks good. Okay, this would be a good time to take a break and tour the factory where they manufacture this vinyl flooring, down in Marcus Hook, Pennsylvania. We'll get together with Jim Kogut. So Jim, what's the first step in making or manufacturing vinyl flooring?
Well, the first step starts with our white shield backing or carrier felt, Bob.
This stuff here, is it a paper?
Close to a paper, a little stronger, made of wood pulp, polyester, and latex.
Then what happens?
Well, Bob, each roll of felt is then unwound and travels through a series of rollers to a coating station.
And what's the coating that's going on there?
Well, the coating is basically a vinyl coating, which we call a gel.
So that's the first step, that's the first thing you lay down.
That's correct. It's in a liquid state. It then travels through a hot air oven.
Yeah.
It transforms from a liquid state to a solid state, is then cooled and rewound. At that point, we're ready for the next stage of our process, which is the actual printing of the design.
So you rewind it and move that roll to another location.
That's correct.
Let's go see that.
Fine.
So Jim, what does one of these rolls weigh?
8,000 to 10,000 pounds, Bob.
That's a lot of tonnage.
A lot of weight.
And
Utilizing cranes,
Yeah.
air carts,
Yeah.
moving them onto our unwind mechanism.
Yeah. And then what happens over here? This is the next step in the process,
This
right?
is the next step of the process, adding the actual printing color to the gel felt that we saw earlier.
Okay, and what's this doing here?
Okay, this accumulator is a reserve of slag, Bob, used to keep the production line running so that we don't stop when we change from one roll to another.
I hear you. You never have to stop the process, but you can refeed it.
That's correct.
And then what's the next step?
The next step is the actual printing area. As we enter the press room, Bob, you're looking at the largest rotogravure press of its type in the world.
It's a rotary engraving setup.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Currently, we're printing a sheet that's 12 foot wide. We have the capacity of printing up to 16 feet wide.
So are these pretty heavy rollers?
Very heavy rollers, Bob, about 8,000 pounds.
And what do you got in there? Is it an ink or a paint or what?
Well, actually, as of a year ago, the company took steps to eliminate our solvent inks and completely develop a water-based ink system.
Water-based.
Yes, totally eliminates harmful vapors into the atmosphere.
You don't have to worry about pollution anymore.
No, not at all.
Marvelous. So how many of these rollers go into the process of putting a pattern on?
Okay, this is a 6-station press. This particular pattern, we're only going to utilize 5 of the 6 stations.
Oh, I see.
Okay, as we enter this one station, we're printing on what will become an overall texture on the pattern, Bob.
Okay. So what looks like kind of a crazed texture, you don't quite see in it yet.
No, not yet. We'll see it at the next stage.
Okay.
Now in the next station, things sort of come together now. We're printing a blue flower, which will become part of the design. And And as you can see, there's the blue flower
Okay.
and the small line.
You can't do it all at once, huh?
No.
Oh, all right. Now
Now
you got a
this-
grid going in.
Okay. Now we're printing the grout line.
Yeah. The question is, how does it work? I mean, it's not like a paint roller, is it?
No. The cylinder is rotating in a pan of ink. Where you see the design of the grout line are actually very tiny little holes engraved into the steel cylinder, Bob.
That hold the ink.
That's correct. And as it travels back around, the excess is removed.
There's a blade back there.
That's correct.
Okay.
And the only thing that's left is the ink that's actually going to be printed.
Just the right amount.
That's right.
Okay.
We got the grout line.
So now you got the grout line and you got the little blue flower. What else is
Right.
left?
Well, now we have to put somewhat of a design or a background into the tile. And that's where this particular cylinder comes in.
Yeah.
The tile area right
What
here.
you're creating here is kind of like a shadow effect or
Yes.
a texture.
Yes.
All right. Then what's the next step?
Next step is where we apply the wear layer.
And when you put the wear layer on,
This would be the final product.
you end up with that nice shiny finish.
And all the texture, everything that goes with it.
Let's take a look at it. Jim, what's going on over here?
Well, Bob, what you're seeing unwinding now is the roll that was printed just last night.
It's a different pattern, huh?
Different pattern,
Yeah.
and we're now on a different process. This is called the fusion process. And what we've just done was load up the printed rolls, unwinding them, sending them to the wear layer process.
Okay. What do you call this big rack behind you?
Well, this big rack is an unwind turret. As you see, a roll currently unrolling,
Yeah.
a roll backed up behind it,
Yeah.
in order that at the end of this roll can then be spliced to the beginning of the back roll.
Okay.
And the process doesn't stop.
So this is the actual wear layer, huh?
This is the wear layer coating, Bob. This is the actual surface in which we walk on.
Yeah. What is it?
Well, it's a vinyl, Bob.
Which is a petroleum derivative, right?
Right.
And then it's being applied by the rollers onto.
Well, we have an applicator roller and a roller which presses the printed material up against the applicator, and the material flows onto the sheet.
And then where's it going from here?
Well, now it's going into a hot air oven at approximately 425 degrees, and it'll cure for about 2 minutes.
So Jim, once it's come out of the oven, it's dried. What else has happened to it?
Well, not only has it been dried, it's been cured. All the layers have been fused together, which result in the texture and the shiny, durable surface, Bob.
So that's what makes it look like it's really three-dimensional.
Yes, and in addition to the wear layer coating, we've applied an additional urethane scuff tough finish to this floor.
It keeps the.
Well, when you and I walk on it with our sneakers and shoes, we won't leave any marks on the
Okay.
floor.
What about quality control?
Well, this is a very important quality control area where trained inspectors examine every single yard of flooring that comes by them and mark every defect or imperfection that may come through the process. And that is put into a computer and develops into a cut map.
Terrific. Jim, I think we've all got a pretty good understanding of how you make vinyl flooring. Thanks for the tour.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll be right back after this message. Well, I've never used a white chalk line before, Ed.
Well, Bob, the reason for a white chalk line is the pigments in the different colored chalks might discolor the product.
Yeah. Okay, now you got all four of your lines, and of course the chalk line helps us line up with the rest of the squares.
That's correct. What we're going to do is double cut through this product using a regular utility knife with a brand new blade to make sure it's nice and sharp and drive through.
Yeah.
With a heavy product like this, you really have to bear down and double cut through both pieces to get a nice sharp net cut. Just work your way through very slowly to make sure you don't jump off of your square. Come back, line it up with your other edge, and just continue to drive through. You never want to take your knife out, because if you do, Bob, what's going to happen is when you go to place it back in, you might possibly cut through a different area that you don't want to. One thing that we like to do is keep the straight edge on the piece that's going in the floor. So what happens is you don't, as you're cutting through, you don't have the product rise up on you and have it too big for the piece that's going into the floor that you've cut out.
So what's the next step?
Well, the next step, what we're going to do is take the tape off, go ahead and get our scrap out of the way, remove our insert, and go ahead and spread some adhesive
Okay, so that's our insert, and we've cut through the floor there.
Right.
Can't quite see it. There you go.
There we go. Okay.
And do you have to do any final trimming?
Yeah, we're going to have to go ahead and take a little bit of this backing off, because
Yeah.
if you don't, what's going to happen, Bob, is it'll be raised up at those
Sure.
areas. So we'll just go ahead and trim some of the excess.
Okay, now we're ready to put down some adhesive.
We'll spread a little adhesive underneath here. Thank you, Bob. Want to try to make sure not to get any adhesive on the edges, because what that'll do is possibly not have the weld of the seam sealer hold too well.
The seam sealer will be the next step.
The seam sealer is the last step, but you got to
Yes.
make sure that you don't
But
get.
this is just a vinyl flooring adhesive,
Yes, it is. It's a latex adhesive.
latex. And what size is the notch on this trowel?
This is a 1/16 by 3/16.
That's what I thought.
It's a little heavier notch than you
Yeah.
would normally run across. So we want to make sure we have enough adhesive to make sure that she'll hold extremely well. Okay, we're really all set.
All right, well, I'm going to let
Insert.
you put this on, all right?
Okay, Bob. Okay, what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and set this in a corner.
Start off in a corner.
Start off in a corner. Get her ready to roll. Just go ahead. Pop her in there. As you can see how nice and net it fits when you double cut the product. It
Yeah.
works extremely well.
Well, what fascinates me is that it's a simple way to get some really good design into this kitchen floor.
You can really add some real nice aesthetics to a floor, especially something in this type of a design.
Exactly. It's vinyl floor. It's simple. It's elegant. It looks terrific.
What you want to do now is take your roller. This happens to be a wall roller for small areas. You want to make sure that you spread your adhesive out evenly to make sure that you don't have any ridges or bumps. Then what you want to go ahead and do is take your seam roller, roll it so it's nice and net at the seam area. Okay.
Don't you have to put an adhesive in the seam?
No, not with this particular product. You don't want any adhesive in the seam. The reason for that, Bob, is the seam sealer that we use. What it is, it's actually wear layer suspended in a solvent. The solvent dissipates out and it fuses it back into one solid piece.
So we'll have a chemical reaction between the
Exactly.
two. How long will the seam sealer take to...
It takes about 20 minutes to set up and 24 hours to totally dry.
And we can walk around, move furniture back on. Nice job, Ed.
That's all there is to it.
Thanks a lot. Nice
Thank you.
design, too. Okay,
Appreciate it.
right now, let's go take a look in our master bathroom, where we're talking painting. All right, now let's meet Dirk Van Knet, our painter.
Hi, Bob.
And we're in the bathroom here. And what's exciting is that we're doing a high-gloss paint job in here.
That's right, Bob.
Get a lot of call for those these days?
It's starting to pick up again. They used to use high gloss a lot, only because they're so much more durable than other paints.
Uh-huh.
We've gotten away from it, mainly because the housing industry doesn't need to mess around with the time it takes.
Yeah, it does take
to
more
prepare a
time.
wall.
You do have to be more careful. Why do you have to prepare it more carefully?
You've got so much more light bounce from a high gloss paint. The way you see it right now is almost as glossy as it's going to be when it dries.
Exactly. And if you've got drywall, which is the case nowadays as opposed to plaster, you have to really be careful because you'll see any kind of a bump in the wall.
We skim coated these walls first, and then we primed them after that.
Did you? With joint compound?
With joint compound.
No, that's a
Sanded it
good
all
tip.
out.
Yeah. And what kind of a roller sleeve do you use?
It's got a 1/4-inch nap on this,
So that's not very much at all, right?
just real thin.
Yeah.
And what that does for us is that makes a lot of air into the paint at the same time to give us a lot of bubbles on the wall.
So you don't get the bubbles.
Any bubbles we do get, you can see a few up there, they'll be gone by the time it dries.
What kind of a brush should you use when you're painting with a high gloss paint?
Well, you've got to use the best brush you can buy.
Yeah.
There's no sense skimping on it.
And this is 50%
China bristle and 50% ox hair.
China
Although-
bristle is, again, a natural bristle, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So you pay a little bit extra for the tool, but you get a much better result.
That's correct.
Right? Well, it looks great, Dirk. Thanks. Right now, we're going to have to break for a couple of messages. And that's about a wrap for this week. Come home again next week for our final tour here at the 2 Flat in Chicago. We'll be showing you all the improvements we've done to the outside as well as on the inside. We'll get together with Christine Smith, who's doing a lot of the interior design work and all the shopping for furniture and rugs, etc. at one department store. Also, Ron Gann will be installing a rather special bifold door in the master bedroom, and more importantly, we'll be going over the budget to get an idea of just how much all of this work cost. Till then, I'm Bob Vila.